From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Darrell W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Saturday, September 13th, 2014. Silver is trading at $18.64 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,229 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $481. The Telegraph reports the mother of murdered journalist James Foley has said he was let down by the U.S. government and that she was embarrassed and appalled at the way the family was treated. Diane Foley told CNN that they were treated as an annoyance and at one stage even threatened with arrest if they attempted to raise a ransom to try to secure his release. The 40-year-old journalist was beheaded, apparently by an ISIS fanatic with a British accent, and a video of his murder was released by the group last month. In the months leading up to his death, the Foley family was contacted by ISIS with large ransom demands which they were unable to meet. Like the UK, but unlike much of Europe, the US has a policy of refusing to pay hostage takers. Foley told CNN that members of her family were warned that paying a ransom was illegal and that they might be prosecuted. FPP Radio News is brought to you by Roberts & Roberts Brokerage. For over 35 years, Roberts & Roberts has been a trusted source for buying and selling your investment-grade precious metals. They now take Bitcoin for purchasing precious metals so you can turn your profits into a long-term investment. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on investing. 800-874-9760. Reuters reports a U.S. Court of Appeals in Chicago said on Friday that Wisconsin can implement its 2012 law requiring voters to present photo ID at the ballot box, allowing the state to put the new rules into effect at the general election in November. The rush order from the 7th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals, which heard arguments for and against the law earlier on Friday, is temporary while the court works on its definitive ruling on the issue. At the hearing on Friday, Wisconsin had asked a 3-judge panel, all of them appointed by Republican administrations, to urgently lift a lower court's injunction against the voter ID law. Similar voter ID rules have become a political and racial flashpoint across the United States. A federal district court in Wisconsin ruled in April that the law was unconstitutional, even though it was upheld in a separate ruling by the state's Supreme Court. Wisconsin's Attorney General appealed the district court ruling to the 7th Circuit Court. The ACLU and other groups have challenged the law, saying that it discriminates against the poor and minorities who are less likely to have photo IDs or the underlying documents needed to obtain IDs. In the spirit of Motorhome Diaries and Liberty on Tour, I intend to take the message of peace, love, and liberty on the road. During the 104-day trip, I'll be visiting at least 10 cities across the country, speaking to people about the ideas of peace, love, and liberty. To find out more about the tour or to donate, visit tour.fppradio.com. That's tour.fppradio.com. The Associated Press reports a ballot initiative that would have asked voters to split California into 6 separate states failed to qualify for the ballot in 2016, according to the Secretary of State's office on Friday. Silicon Valley venture capitalist Tim Draper submitted 1.37 million signatures in July in support of the measure, saying that the state with 38.3 million people has become ungovernable because it has too many diverse interests for politicians to effectively represent their constituents. A random sampling of ballot initiative signatures from all 58 counties found that just 66% were projected to be valid and that it would fall more than 500,000 signatures short of the number needed to make the ballot. Draper sought to split California into 6 states called Jefferson, North California, Silicon Valley, Central California, West California, and South California. Draper, who has so far put more than $5 million into the effort, said in a statement on Friday that he believed enough signatures were valid and that a full review would prove that. He said, 6 Californias will conduct a review of the signatures determined to be invalid. The internal verification process conducted by our signature gathering firm predicted a much higher validity rate than the random sample result. Draper's effort is not linked to a separate movement that would allow some northern counties to split from California to form a new state of Jefferson. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.